Oh, why hello there. Me, Mad Paleontologist here. You know, I discovered a real fossil that I have in my possession. Oh, you want to know what this is? Ah, well, it's aged over time pretty well. Can you take a gander? Can you take a guess what it is? It's my video. Guess you could say I let this video fossilize. Hello, why is this video so damn late? Isn't this channel supposed to be an art fight channel? No, it's not, but I like making art fight videos because I really like this site and what it stands for with making drawings for people's characters. Hi, my name is Mad Llama, and I sound like this because I know there's some new mutuals that have not heard my voice before. But yes, welcome. I'm so sorry this video is so late. I feel absolutely terrible within my gut soul that this video is late. Let me give a quick explanation because I know we're trying to get to the attacks. So first off, right now I'm going through a little transitional phase with my medication. So my emotions were very out of whack because of that, and it was really hard for me to sound very chippy and happy most of the times because I just kept feeling so awful and terrible, and I don't know. I'm sorry that mental health had to be in this reason, but it was not the main one. The main one was because my video editing program, any of them, because I kept trying different ones, kept crashing on me every time I tried to input the video files. So I got stuck not being able to edit my video. He's looking at me. Okay, this one's a little different because today we have a guest editor. This is Calbriedits, my partner. Everyone say hi to Calibri. Say hi, babe. Stop scaring them. He's gonna be editing the meat and potatoes of this video while I'm going to be editing the intros and outros. You're gonna obviously tell the difference between our editing styles. Mine's just gonna look like a fucking presentation from school, as his is gonna be like top-notch quality, like. But yeah, he is helping me edit this video because he was waiting so long for me to ask because I was too scared to ask him. Yeah, he's gonna be editing the video today. And then the last thing that happened was I had school. My schedule this year was very cramped because a lot of these were writing intensive courses, and I had like a bunch of essays I had to write. I had to do most of this recording in the morning, like at 6. So yeah, that happened. Obviously, you know, education is important, and I'm about to be close to graduating soon, so let's go. I'm getting my bachelor's. Don't ask what I'm doing next because I have no idea. Besides that, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Today we're gonna do a quick roll call of my characters. Will I ever do a video of just my characters alone? Who knows? It's because there's so much to write that I've only got like 4 completely written. Let's begin. We have daddy issues, probably undiagnosed with a lot of things that he's not aware about. 12-year-old phase, rat. I won't admit that I have opinions on things that I don't agree about with my husband. Gambling addiction. Gambling addiction support hotline woman. Sweaty. And Ashley. I love you, Ashley. We also have some other OCs as well in there. Yeah, those are the OCs we're working with for you guys to draw. There's obviously going to be more next year. I'm hoping to add at least 3 more next year. They are my children. They are my hope. They are my joy. They are my reason to survive in this plane of existence. If you're interested in knowing more about the story, on my art fight, there is a quick summary that basically just explains the whole synopsis of the story. It is my biggest passion project to an explanation quickly, and then we'll get straight into the drawings, just as promised. I did a lot of narrative, symbolism, and emotional pieces for the first part, 2 weeks of art fight, and the whole goal was to try and learn things that I wanted to get better at. The second part, I did a lot of profile pieces, and those were because of burnout. There were a lot of pieces in which I actually really loved how they turned out, and I still want to go back to them to reference for future drawings. The last 2 pieces will be heavy render pieces because one of the drawings was from the earlier weeks of art fight, and I felt like it was really fair to give back. And the last one was an animation, so I was like, I have to go all out. I'm sorry guys, I have to go all out for this last piece. I want to restate, I heavily apologize for how late this is, but I also 100% am thankful that you were patient with me because I was freaking out that I had ruined an entirety of a video. Look, it's like people were hyped for it, but now I feel like, oh, people just are gonna be so over it. But I still did it. And that's the thing, I guess the one thing I can be proud about myself is that I don't quit. You are more than welcome to stay to the end. If you are, grab your sketchbook, draw, listen to me yap. I'm sorry if my voice isn't the very most alluring like that, but it's a voice that I was born with, so it's like, you gotta make do with what you have, you know? Eat snacks, relax, drink water. I need water especially. And please do enjoy. This is out in December. Then this is the biggest Christmas gift I'm giving you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's get on with the first artist, Mac.
The name, I'm just gonna put it up on screen because this one I really cannot pronounce. I'm very sorry. But it's a Polish name, so I'm going to let you guys give me the pronunciation because I can't find the pronunciation. But it's by this username. I'm going to try and say the OC name. Maurici? I think I got that so wrong. I'm very sorry. So, basically, this character is an angel from Poland whose job it is to guide souls of whom they lost or battle with mental health. If you can put two and two together, you know what I mean. And their job is to guide them to the afterlife. It's very bittersweet. But this OC is also known to have agoraphobia. I think that's how you say it. They are seen in buses. What I wanted to do is I wanted to draw them in a bus that follows someone in their last moments. A bit dark, but that's the lore we're working with. A lot of my pieces I wanted to be focusing on three things, which again is narrative, symbolism, and emotional pieces. I didn't do this for all drawings, which again, I'll explain later, but my focus was to improve aspects in my art that I feel like stuff like this, considering the kind of art I want to create, would be essential for learning this month. For this attack in particular, I wanted to draw this scene-like drawing. Might have used all my energy on this attack, but I was super excited. I didn't know which character from my list to start with, so I just went with the concepts that I remember sketching out. That was like the first thing I did when I woke up this morning. This one was the most vivid in my mind, so I was like, okay, you know what, we'll do this character. And it was really poking at me. It was like, yeah, you should draw me. You should really draw me. And I'm like, okay. So for this is my first attack, I was going to do a lot of experimenting with the rendering. Again, I did say I had a complete battle with my rendering style, and I still am having that battle. You know, a lot of people have battles with art styles, or they have battles with like color. Mine's rendering. I have the most intense battle with rendering, and you can tell, like, with the intense ass lighting, I'm just like, that's too intense. I don't know. Rendering is like this biggest battle for me right now. Right. So for this is my first attack, I was gonna do a lot of experimenting. I think it turned out nice. Yellowish gloomy tones, which is pretty impressive how I turned yellow into something gloomy. But I think because of in contrast with like the blues using for shadows, I think that's literally how it got that gloomy atmosphere, which sometimes when it comes to secondary colors, or no, not secondary colors, complementary colors, I mean, I know what I'm doing. I promise. I'm going to school for it. With that, blue and orange usually, like, for me at least, tend to have a very complicated relationship because I feel like it either goes well or it does not go well. So I always try to find ways to, like, really make it good. Because sometimes I just feel like they just don't go together. I mean, at least in the color picking stage, when people choose, it's like you have to be very picky. At least I have to be very picky with how it goes. Anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, I'm actually really proud of this one. Mainly just for the windows. I think the windows look really nice, and I actually am like, wow, the visuals. Could work on probably like technical stuff like the inside of the bus, but other than that, I think it went really nice for a first drawing. Yeah, so, oh, I'm starting to title my pieces, by the way. So this one is called Finally the Angel Was Here. Yeah. That's it. Wow, we got the first one done. That's great. This recording is going to go well. It has to go well. So the next attack is Irene's OC. I hope I'm saying that right. Lynx. Now, this OC is fairly new, so there wasn't much lore on them, but I decided to focus on the character themes and symbols. So I did a headshot piece of this character because the facial design was absolutely gorgeous, especially in this, like, reference right here. I was like, ooh, I really want to put a lot of emphasis on this kind of reference for my piece that I wanted to give. This one I did during a stream I did on my Discord server, which was really fun. I kind of wish I got recordings of the server streams because they were actually quite funny. That's when you really hear a lot of my AC. Yes, the whole theme of this video is my AC now. It seems it's taken over in the script. It has taken over in the entire video. Anyway, this one, I think I kind of did struggle a lot with the headshot. Just like the angle of the like head position, because I'm like, we should try a little bit of a different head position that you're not used to, which is like, usually like when the chin lifts up. I always tend to do so shit at it. And the funny thing is I know how to do it. The one thing I am proud of is the starry effect. Pretty decent at least. So it was really fun to do that, especially with like this character. I was like, let's make them an entire galaxy persona. But technically there's like a winter aspect theme to it, and I kind of wish that if I was doing the border again, I kind of wish it would go in more with like snowflakes and like stars a bit. Yeah, when it comes to like making borders, I'm just like, it's just natural thought in the head. Nowadays I'm now trying to like really focus in with like how borders should really have on there. That's like the one thing I've been practicing, and I'm still practicing it. But yeah, if I look back at it now, I kind of wish I could redo the pose a bit, but I mean, I gotta take what I need to learn and move on. As of now, I think I really did accomplish like the space wonder feel, and I think really putting in that border really did help piece. I received a revenge back later on of my OCs, Azrael and Robbie. This is the first time I've ever received a drawing of these two, and I think you nailed it very much, of Azrael's pure disgust and hatred of Robbie. So for those that don't know, yes, Azrael hates Robbie. He just finds him extremely annoying. And I think what is funny is just Robbie is just being a chill guy. I absolutely love this. I just think it's very lovely to just watch these two. Please send me more Azrael and Robbie art of them just hating each other. I love every second of it. Thank you very much. It's so beautiful. Okay, third attack. So during the beginning of Art Fight, I was gifted a lovely drawing of my OC Meg by Eerie Goulet. I hope I'm saying that right. And I love how grumpy she is. You captured her presence accurately. I love this kind of pose for Meg in particular because like she always just curls up in a ball. It's very cute. I love this so much. So I decided to give a revenge back of their OC Calbriedits. I think I'm saying that right. I'm gonna put the name here. You can correct me, please. Actually, if I got anyone's OC's name wrong, please correct me. Just give me the correction. Okay. For this piece, I wanted to focus on her symbolism and role as a deity. Her nature is very motherly, representing astronomy and healing. Hence, why I chose the title Star Heroes. Oh my god, I forgot to say the title of the last piece. Shit, that last piece was I think Winter Starboy. I'll just put it up. Okay. So for this piece, for the background wise, I wasn't really sure what to do. I knew she was from D&D, so I was like, I don't really have to make an accurate background in a way. But I guess I should come out with this because I'm like, I guess no one knew this apparently. I kind of thought it was a bit obvious since like I have 0 D&D OCs, but I've never played D&D. I thought it was obvious, but apparently by the way I structured my world and my story, there's some that thought it was from D&D, and I was like, no, it's not from D&D. I've never played D&D. I wish I could. And the reason I say that is because time, but also I'm just not that good at the game. I'm very socially awkward and I can't do any of the roles roleplay aspects. I like watching. I think I might want to be more of a dungeon master than like playing as a character. Also, I haven't made new OCs in like years. So it's for some reason it's just extremely hard to make OCs nowadays. I used to do it so well in middle school, like just like in instants. And then all of a sudden I just can't anymore, and I'm just too attached to my older OCs. It's like no more. Anyways, yeah, so I feel so sad because I'm missing out and it's hard for me to understand what to do, so maybe one day I'll be able to play. But anyways, just enough of that sob story. So for this piece, I put a lot of like space kind of themes in there, and also kind of like, I guess, healing kind of properties, like water is a healing thing. If I don't think I need to go into too much detail. I feel like a lot of you know that. I was just thinking something like that, just a very motherly kind of feeling of the drawing. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. This was like very new to me, like I guess palette wise, because I'm not really used to drawing like very pastel-y colors. But yeah, I think I did a pretty good job on this one. Yeah, so I'm hoping you like it. Next attack goes out to my mutual Smile Demon and their OC Lucifer. Smile is known for their webcomic perfection at all costs, which is a world full of elemental demons, you know, trying to fight and survive in their planet from these scientist humans. I am so sorry if I messed up the description. I am like really far from getting some sources right now because I really need to catch up on the audio. But yeah, I would recommend reading it. Please check it out. It's on Webtoon. I think it's on Tabas, and I know it's on like some other platforms. You can ask them, but I read it from Webtoon. They also have it in German too, so you can read it in German. I'm excited to see where the story goes, and Lucifer's lore interests me a lot. A fallen god who takes the name of Lucifer. Now, what's a drawing I could do with that? You know, I'm something of a little person who knows a little bit about art, and Lucifer interpret in the art. So I decided to take inspiration from The Fallen Angel by Alexandre Cannibal?
Alexandre Cabanel. You dumbass.
Wow, this feels like the last video where I just keep fucking up names all the time. Anyways, you get which painting I'm talking about. So this is one of my favorite paintings and has such an inspiration in a lot of media. And because I want to see this comic's future, I decided to gift you this drawing as motivation. We need some hardcore reference and symbolism. So I think this painting will do wonders for this drawing. Also, I want to thank you for listening to my ramblings on my own book. I always feel embarrassed sharing about my lore in my story, so it is nice that I got to share my ideas with you. So this is also a thank you piece as well, a very big thank you piece. I wanted to have the iconic pose from the painting. I have all the elements of the gods flying towards the light as Lucifer is left on a planet. I added a bit of his demon form on his design, so the elemental demon god form that he took, I did add bits of it, because I know that he doesn't really have wings in his OG design, but I was like, let's just take like he's like falling a part of his transformation a bit. The original version of the painting did have him nude, and I wanted to be respectful to the character at least. I don't think I want to draw that, and also I think it's just weird if I did. I didn't know if you would have been okay with it, like just like taking it straight from the original. So I just decided to give him a robe and a decorative medallion as one of his sigils that you created for him. Probably one of my proudest pieces, I will say. This was really fun to draw, and I decided to name the piece "The Winner Takes It All, the Loser Has to Fall." I just don't know why I thought of that. I was thinking of that song at the moment because I guess I was listening to it while I was drawing this piece. Thought of a better name now, "The Fallen Element." It just makes more sense. But I think whichever one title that I picked that you like, you can always take it. I was really happy with this piece. There's nothing more I can say, but like I think I figured out really cool bits of techniques that I found that I like. Really happy with this piece, especially with like the elemental dragons. I really thought like, oh, they're too simplified, like they won't look like them, but I guess they did pretty good. I'm really happy with this one, so I'm hoping that you're happy with your gift. Now later on, I did receive a revenge from Smile. Look at it, just look at it. Oh my god. This is really beautiful. It is very detailed with fire. And I love every bit of it. It is so good. Oh my god. I just love this entire appreciation piece of Azrael. You can just feel the fierceness. Especially you remember like those tad bits of elements of like his soul being present and like, oh my god, the wings. Oh my god. Well, I am very grateful for it. I love it very, very much. So thank you so much for this. It's so good. The next OC I drew from my mutual Kumi, their OC Trinity. I am a huge lover of magical girls. Okay, maybe I haven't watched all Sailor Moon, but I am a huge Madoka Magica fan, and I love that show so much. It is just, oh my god, the visuals are so beautiful. So I was gonna try and go for a Madoka Magica style. Is it Madoka or Madoka? I think it's Madoka. No, it's Madoka. You can correct me on that. But you get what I'm talking about. I was gonna try and go into the style of that show for the drawing. However, I guess I just didn't end up doing that. Because it was like, what time was it when I drew this? Like 7 at night? And I was like, let's just ball with it. So I kind of do feel bad that I didn't go with it. Now, usually with like colorful rainbow art, it's a little difficult for me to enjoy the coloring process, because like when you do colorful art, Kumi, it's like, holy shit, you know how to control a rainbow. How the fuck do you do that? And I have never done like hardcore like rainbow pieces. It's really difficult for me. So this one I really liked in particular because I felt like you know how to do saturation very well when it comes to these colorful pieces, and I love that about your art. This is a GOAT mutual, by the way. You should like really check out their stuff. Now, usually with like colorful rainbow art, it can get difficult for me to enjoy the coloring process as my art likes low saturation colors. However, the way you utilize colors is so perfect. The rainbows you gave on Trinity's outfit felt so comfortable on my eyes. Given the lore I read for her, Trinity's goal is to make sure the battles that the magical girls have fought for are never forgotten, despite the rules of the organization she works for says with their laws. After reading her lore, I had to do this very symbolic piece about her sacrifice, imagining her taking that sacrifice for the deaths of those magical girls that fought hard. Because my art style, I wanted to make sure it didn't look too desaturated, as I still wanted the rainbows to like shine. The pose was a bit difficult with the arm pulling back the bow. I don't really draw archers that much. I do a lot of like sword fighting or brawler style kind of fighting poses. Those are the ones I'm more familiar with, but when it comes to like archery, I have not yet to have a character with a bow. I would have to practice that a little bit. By the way, I also wanted to focus on the weapon design and the drawing battle poses, which is going to be a crucial thing that I have to learn when I do my own comic. So this was like a really good practice for me. The bow was one of my favorite things to design and render overall. I wish I knew how to do the pose more accurately. I think I did a really nice job, at least with like that kind of like intensity moment, and I named the title For the Future of Magical Girls. With that, oh boy, you're about to hear me fangirl. So in all my 2 years of art fight, I have never ever received any ship art of Luis and Azrael. I have at least like some doodles from friends, but never an art fight at least. For years, I have waited, and now it is over. Behold, my wonderful Moot Kumi. Oh wait, is it Kumi, not Kumi? Oh my god, wait, have I been saying that wrong? Okay, we'll talk about this later in another time. Yes, dude, I was mesmerized by this. Let me take a minute to yap about this. This is such a symbolic piece. The positions they're falling in accuracy for a reason, the transparency between the two barriers, balance of composition. Oh my god. You get me? You understand my vision? It's my wallpaper actually on my phone right now, if you don't know. Oh my god. It's so pretty. They really knew what I wanted. So thank you so much. I'm very forever grateful. I'm gonna be doing my best. I'm a little nervous. I've been following this artist for a while, and now we're mutual. Hi. So this is Peak. Peak's art is literally just the definition of their name, Peak. You know what? For years, I kept calling them Peck. I don't know why I kept calling them Peck. It's Peak, because like there was this one time we were talking, and apparently their name is based off of their favorite bird, a peacock. I mean, I think it's your favorite bird. It might be incorrect. And I was like, wait, it's Peak? Shit. So I hope I'm getting the name right. I just love their art style. It's so shape, and my art style shows shape. And I'm like, we have something in common that we both do in our art. I just love their style, and I love the way they do shape language, and their illustrations as a whole is just, it's so good. Their OC Vidar, I hope I'm saying that right, is one of my favorite designs of his. I mean, it's kind of the reason I followed them and the Gravity Falls art as well, because I'm like a huge Gravity Falls nerd. But yeah, I saw this guy online and I was like, he is such a fellow. Who is he? What is his story? Why is he smirking every minute? Vidar is their D&D OC that is an executioner in a gloomy village called Black Oak that takes place in the icy mountains. His aesthetic is so cool. Like, I love winter aesthetic OCs. So his whole shtick is that he believes in the law and justice, and I need to hear more stories about when he questions it. I need to see that character development. You need to tell me when that ever happens, please. I would love to hear more. The lore is eating. His eyeshadow too. Slay. So this piece I had to go all out. With this concept in mind, I didn't know what to draw. I had like 3 thumbnail sketches in mind, and you'll probably see me in the speed paint trying to figure out like what I wanted to do with this piece. But in the end, I just decided to have him just standing there menacingly with like his classic grin as a prisoner awaits his punishment. I say that so happily. To make it more interesting, I decided just to add a border with the symbols of like the scale and the sword, as well as like vultures, which were inspired by your piece, The Weight of Justice. I think that's what it was called. I went all out with the art, guys. I wasn't kidding when I said that mutuals, they are literally my motivation for my work. Overall, this piece was really fun. And this was also the piece I learned how to use the blending mode color dodge, and I now use that instead of the add blending mode. That helped me a lot. It was like by accident too. I was like, what's this do? And all of a sudden, the saturation for the lighting, beautiful. Overall, this piece was super fun to work on. It did take me a while, yes, but it was like really worth it. It means so much to me. You said that you liked him in my style, because I always, and you're gonna see this for like another piece that I did, I always tend to think that when I draw certain characters in my art style, it gets really complicated. Because here's the thing, some characters will have like softer like shape design features, and it feels very weird to translate that. But when it comes to your characters, I feel like our art styles very much just talk to each other naturally. It's like, yeah, I know how to translate his design into my art style. I'm very happy that you like the way I draw him. So it brings me so much joy that you really like this piece, and I decided to title Bring in the Prisoner. I'm really happy that you liked it. It's like really happy. Yay! Okay, I'm so sorry for getting too giddy though. I get to tell people how much I enjoy their art, so I'm very happy. Next up, I return to drawing another one of my moots, Black Jackal's OCs. But instead of doing fan art for their Ungodly Universe story, I decided to do one of their Star Wars OCs. Now, for those who don't know, my partner is a big Star Wars enjoyer, and he grew up watching the movies and introduced me to the universe. Now I am a Star Wars enjoyer, and I am a huge fan of the Star Wars Rebels show. I have yet to watch Clone Wars. We need to finish watching Clone Wars. But yeah, he like reeled me into the series. Yeah, usually I always would draw Black Jackal's characters like from their like original story, but I decided this year let's like change it up a bit, because like for 2 years I've drawn their characters. Actually, I've drawn like their characters more than once. I love their palettes, and they're so scrunkly. I love them. So yeah, but I decided to change it up this year. I was like, let's do this Star Wars drawing of a Twi'lek. I think I'm saying that right. I might be saying it wrong. My boyfriend's probably looking at me like, fuck this up. Anyways, so this is their OC saying, a non-force sensitive Twi'lek, but she wishes to be force sensitive. She's kind of like a Star Wars vampire, which I really love. I kind of went all out with like the vampire bite. I've never done a piece, at least I don't think, of a character biting and like pulling flesh off, but it seemed interesting to see how that would go about. So I was hoping not to mess this up. There is a lot of new techniques I was attempting when I was doing this piece, but I think I reached my goal. I was hoping not to mess it up. There was like a lot of new techniques I was attempting, but I think I reached my goal. And after I did the illustration, I think I made it more interesting, adding some Arabesh, which if you don't know what that is, it's the Star Wars alphabet. To make the piece stand out a bit more, I would translate what it says, but I think that would be a fun
puzzle for you to solve.
If I ever do Star Wars fan art ever, probably gonna use a lot of this alphabet to like add in there because it looks cool. But yeah, okay, fine. I'll reveal what it said. But basically, it's just literally the title of the drawing. The blood of the Force shall be mine. Yeah, I kind of wish I did go a bit more like scene wise. I kind of wish I went a little bit more far back, kind of showing more of like, because I didn't know who to draw. I didn't know what kind of Star Wars creature or Jedi kind of character to draw. If I had a Jedi OC, I probably would have put mine in there, but I don't have any OCs in the Star Wars universe. Because again, apparently I just cannot make new characters. And maybe that is for the best for like considering my story wise, but like for in general, like other things, it's been really difficult. I know how to make personas though, so I don't know, maybe it could have been me just dying, but like I'm more like a Mandalorian person. I mean, I know there is like Force sensitive Mandalorians, but I think that's rare. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. I know a lot of Star Wars fans are looking at me just like dead ass in the eyes, pulling out their fucking lightsabers, about to stab me. I think I need to do more like gory kind of art often, but I don't know. It's really weird because like I can't seem to like want to post like gory art because I don't know, I always feel weird doing that. Anyways, yeah, so after I received a revenge of my OC Robbie from them. He just looks so darling in your style. Oh my god, you always match his energy. You know how to draw Robbie. And the way you render pink is very beautiful as well, which is why I love your OC Lilith. Those two pink demons just vibing together. But yes, I really love this. It's super cute and I love the squat pose he gave him. It does match him. He does tend to squat a lot. So yes, it is a perfect piece and I love it. I love it very much. Before I announce this next attack I received, I want to talk about the insane love that Lady Ashley has been receiving. You're gonna see throughout the video that there has been lots of art that I've been gifted of Ashley, and that is pretty crazy because I was very surprised this year that she got so many attacks. I didn't expect that. She's not a new character. She's just been redesigned. Are you prepared to see her old design? Yep, that was her back then. Completely 160, but that's what love does to a woman. Now, so last year, I remember Robbie received a lot of attacks. I still hope for the day that I will get 1 trillion attacks of Azrael, but we can only dream so much. But I am quite curious to see next year which character gets more attacks, because I think it seems to just change every now and then. But that could also be because that was a new character sheet I did send out, so it probably got more views than like any of the older ones, because you know, algorithm. But yeah, I did not expect her to receive so much love, so I'm gonna work on her more. So okay, so now I received an attack from Potato Keiko of Ashley. This drawing is super gorgeous. I really do love the way you rendered your art. The environment as well matches so well with the drawing. I love your art style. It's so appealing to the eye. It's so pretty. So I really love the way you drew Ashley. Very happy that you added her halo as well. Like when it comes to like getting attacks, at least the angel characters I have, like the halo is optional if you want to add it or not. All of them have halos. The reason I just don't draw them is because like, you know, they're kind of like used like when they use their powers at the moment, which again, it seems like you read the lore, so you knew when to add the halo and when not to add the halo, which is pretty cool, or you just add it for detail. Either way, it's a very beautiful illustration. Thank you. So I decided to revenge back, drawing not one but 2 characters of theirs, Marshanda and Layla. I think it's Layla. 2 twin sisters that were separated from birth. Their lore was very interesting to read, and their designs really helped me a lot with like figuring out what I wanted to draw. Because of the color schemes show opposites, I wanted to draw a classic yin and yang inspired illustration using the 2 in their dragon forms. I just love polar opposite characters. They are like my favorite trope. I think you can already tell that I am just a fan of polar opposite things. It is just this hyperfixation I have where it has to be polar opposite. Here's a great example. Since this is made in like, I think it's like 2 or 3 months after our fight, I got a painting room for one of my classes that I get to use for myself, which means I get to decorate it, and it is completely polar opposite theme. One side is just demon theme, the other side is all angel theme. So I think it's just embedded in my brain that I have to do that. I really enjoyed like at least the composition composition of this piece. I feel like I could have done a lot better with their facial structures, not gonna lie. I'm always looking at their noses and like feeling like I could have done so much better with the noses. I think I was going through like a period of just like, how do I draw noses? I do remember struggling with that. I wanted to make sure in composition that I like organized it at least as well as I could. I knew that there were like empty spaces, so the empty spaces I just filled with like their dragon tails to kind of like make like a very like balanced composition. On the chest I placed like a star, which I could assume is like their tattoo or birthmark. I'm pretty sure it's their birthmark. I thought it'd be cool if like it glowed, just like both of them glowed like when they're connected together in a way. Almost as part of the lore, like every time they're like near each other their tattoos glow. That would be cool. That would be cool. But I don't know if that's what you ever wrote down. Maybe I guessed it. I do notice my lighting does get chaotic, but that's because like they're two glowing parts, so you know you have to like kind of find that light balance, that like where it bounces off. But you know, I wouldn't be a mad llama drawing if the light wasn't so goddamn chaotic every minute. I am a big complaint about my lighting. I think I overdo it. For this piece I called it When My Shadow Collides With Your Light. I did have trouble coming up with a name, so I'm just hoping that'll do. Thank you very much for the Ashley piece. I think it's very beautiful. I think this next one I got super nervous to draw because it felt completely out of my comfort zone. I feel really like bad not liking this because I do know they like it, but like I'm really nervous about this. This is Victoria. So C belongs to Belfon. I hope I'm saying that right. And I really do enjoy their art. I feel like when it comes to style translation, I do have difficulties with coming up with like, because like this art style is like very like light and soft. I very much like that. And I feel like with mine, it did not translate well at all. But yeah, this is an artist that I follow on Instagram. And then they have an angel version of this OC Victoria. And you know me with my love of angels, I had to do the angel version. I wish I did a lot better with it because I know that they have a very big love for symbolism pieces and I did not do justice on the symbolism. I just did classic angel symbolism. I know I should not be saying this at all or being hard on myself, but I really wanted to do good on this and I just feel like I flopped hardcore. I did take my time with it. I did. And it's the face does not match the face of the original and that's what pisses me off. But yeah, now I also regret, I know there was an entire doc on her. I did not have time to read that unfortunately, and I feel so bad that I did not have time to read that because I kind of did go back and read it a bit more like after like a couple months after Art Fight, just because I got curious while I was working on this video and I realized, oh my god, there was so much I could have done. I did not show my true potential and I'm very sorry about that. Did have another concept drawing. It was gonna be one of her like near the ocean, like at least laying down, like holding a shell or something like that, like cradling, still with her angel wings. I was gonna do like artistic nudity with that, but I just didn't go through with it because I just got so nervous. And you know, it's like, I don't know this person, I don't want to mistreat their OC, you know. It's like you're handling, when it comes with Art Fight, you're handling these OCs with like care, right? Like you want to treat these OCs very kindly because these are people online that you don't know and you want to like, you know, treat them nicely. So it gets me super extremely nervous to like handle like characters that mean so much to people because I know how much they love this character. And it just, I love it when like people just fall in love with like yapping about OCs. Like that's literally all I live for because it's something that I do and I kind of wish I had more confidence in that like they do. Like it's really cool. But yeah, I think if I'm gonna be a little bit more nicer about this, I think atmosphere wise, I think the sky and the clouds do hold it together nicely. I think the stars falling look very nice. I was in love with the background, at least when it came to this, the color palette. I just thought, you know, because you said this version was like, you know, a little bit more like her in peace with herself, like she reaches ascension, if I'm correct. I feel like there was more like whimsy kind of feeling to it that I wanted to add, at least that she feels more free from expectations. And I think that's what I was trying to go for, but I wasn't really sure if I did that at all. And I feel like because she feels more wise and more like in tune with herself, it's the reason I put Peace Be With You, because I feel like she is able to like be more communicative. I don't know how else to describe it, but if you understand what I'm saying, Belfon, then yeah. I don't know. I feel really bad that I did not do justice on this, and I feel bad that I cannot find ways to like it, but I know that the fact that like that I am just some random stranger that took the time out of my day to draw her, I think that is what you really liked about it, at least. But I can't speak for you. Other than that, I decided to title the piece Sweet Dreams Angel to complete with that piece that she finally finds herself in her heaven. If I ever do and I don't get nervous this, I will work extra hard on the symbolism. I will do my research hardcore if I have to. I will take a goddamn quiz if I have to. I know, I'm being a little exaggerative, but you know, I was extremely nervous about it. If you hear me walking around, I have to get ready for something, but I still need to do at least an audio recording. So if you hear little noises, I'm very sorry. That's just my footsteps walking around. Next up is Moon Cryptid, my mutual. I had a difficult time picking which OC I wanted to do. Oh my god, I was stuck between Rosemary and like Violet, but at the end I decided to choose Violet, mainly because I really liked their design and I wanted to go back to that character. So for that DTYs I did, one of the prizes was like a chibi kind of like, I guess, sticker design, more for like online usage, right? I really liked their design, so I was like, oh, maybe I should see them like out of chibi form and like play around with that. Listen, you had me at Celestial Witch, and anything with celestial angels or demons, I mean, they're practically kind of the same thing. But anything like that, I am like a moth to a flame and I will go straight to it. So this one, I think I started this one earlier, mainly because I had this one idea of a bunch of ravens surrounding Violet. I didn't know where I was going with this. I just trusted myself. That was what I wanted to do. And so I did that. Did it take me? Yes. Yes, it did. It took me a while. I dropped something. So that one took me quite some time because there's like multiple ravens. I had to copy and paste some bit to kind of like edit bits of it so that way it doesn't take like hours to do. I decided to go all out with badass effects. I'm in love with her tattoos and I wanted to show them off with like a glow effect of her magic. You know what? I kind of realized it's kind of ironic how I drew her right after I did Ezekiel, since they kind of do have correlations with each other from what I read. I've been wanting to draw animals often. Actually, I should point that out, mainly as like a practice. So this was quite a practice, as you can tell. I don't know how many ravens are there actually, now that I think about it. I'm talking a lot about the ravens because I just still can't believe I did that part. I also wanted to have the raven companion of hers kind of cover her eye a bit. Kind of hard to explain, but like what I was trying to do, you get it, like kind of magic glowing eye, and the raven kind of makes that illusion in a way. Now if you're wondering, yes, I did individually render the ravens. You think I'd reach my limit of drawing, but like I still kept going about I think that's like the one part like everyone was like, what, how are you doing that? This one I just really wanted to do like just a whole symbolism of like this might apply to crows as well. I mostly know a lot more about crows than like ravens, but if I'm correct, if you harm a raven, they're gonna remember that shit for the rest of their life and then like kind of get back at you in a way. And I feel like oh fuck, I'm dying. Kind of remember you in a way. And so I feel like in this piece, like she's probably someone who's gonna be vengeful or like petty about something and just kind of have her raven familiars go after her. I named this one The Ravens Remember, for her familiar always looking out for her and remembering those who treated her unwell. Later on in the month, I received back a revenge, and this one is of Lady Ashley again. I remember seeing the inspiration behind this image and I felt like it was so cool to see how you use the inspiration to like this drawing. Did you check my Pinterest board by chance? I feel like I have that image in my Pinterest board. It's such a beautiful illustration and I love that you chose her because of her similarities to Violet and the connections of death. You drew her perfectly and I love how you rendered the drawing. The lighting looks very graceful. Dude, you're doing amazing with your art. I'm super proud of how far you've come. I am always excited to see artwork from you. I know you've been having difficulty figuring out what to draw and stuff like that, but like every time you post, it's like I win today. I absolutely think this one's gorgeous and beautiful. You should be proud of this one. I love it so much. Thank you. This one is from my mutual Zeronima. If I fuck up the names of your OCs again, please don't hate me. You know what I noticed? I noticed in your descriptions of like the bios for your characters have the pronunciations. I am not allowed to fuck up these names because if I do, I swear, please don't hate me. If I have an obsession with Celestials, they have an obsession with elves. Probably one of the coolest artists ever. Zeronima always blows my mind away every time they draw. Look at this art. It's an honor that they are an Azrael fan and they draw him like chef's kiss. I was gonna draw the boys Eldrian and Enwin, but did I I did not mispronounce that, did I? Hold on. We gotta double check. Hold on. Gots to double check to see if I said that right. I've been saying their names like that for quite a while. I know you gave me the pronunciation, but hold on. Okay, I kind of said it correctly. Okay. I think it's because of that little, like, kind of nervous slip of the tongue I have. I did it. Now, we have to say the son husband's names right. So I'm gonna go back again because I did not write this down. Hyrek and Arule. Did I say that right? Did I say that right? I think I did. I'm tweaking. I am gonna try saying their names though. I did. I did it for you. I attempted. Originally I was gonna draw Hyrek gifting Arule a wooden statue of like a heart or like something like that's sentimental or like symbolic for them. But I just ended up drawing them cute and cuddly. Arule holding his husband's face to feel his presence. What I mean by that is that this bro is blind. So because with the wooden thing, I do remember you talking about like how he gifts him like little wooden gifts, and I was gonna do some drawing like that, but I just ended up not doing that. I don't know why. I think I either forgot or I was like, how do you render wood? I just need you guys to know. I need you, Zeronimo, to know that I need a whole episode dedicated to how they met. I'm so sorry, my cat is distracting me. Anyways, hold on, wait a minute. What do you want? What do you want? What is it that you need? Wow. Zeronimo, you got my cat featured in the video. I'm sorry, she brings attention and I have to focus on her at times. Yeah, for this piece, I wanted to do based off of this illustration you did of them. This was like a lot of aim with like background practice. I feel like I don't do, well, I do a lot of it, but I don't think I do it as enough as like with thought behind it. So for this one, I was just really more thinking like they're near a window and there's the desert in the background and stuff like that. The only difficulties I feel like I've had with this lighting, I think maybe I'm just not that good at lighting, or there's still stuff I need to work on, which I've known in the past couple weeks have helped me out a lot with giving me some tips on like art with lighting, and that I want to thank you a lot with. You're really cool for that. I hope it doesn't look too bad. I know you really liked it, but my perfectionist brain is like, I think it's too blended, but I'm like, there's nothing I can do about the sun. You're really cool, dude. Like, I always get nervous drawing for you all the time. I still do. Even though we're mutuals, like, I still get nervous. You're literally my inspiration for rendering art. I hope you know. I always love the way you render your art, and I'm always invested in, like, what you have to offer with your elves. You've also made me more nerdy with my own type of species I love, which is celestial, so thank you for that. I played a lot with, like, the print patterns, which was, like, a print pattern thing on my program. I probably should have just designed the patterns myself, but I was kind of on a time crunch. I did a lot of these drawings late at night, keep in mind. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this drawing. I really do hope you like it, and I decided to title it You Are My Sunshine. Get it? Get it? My mutual moss has the coolest OCs ever, and I always love their designs, each one of them, just like compact with detail. So I wanted to draw one of their OCs, Satin. They are my favorite. Satin has everything I love when it comes to the themes and symbols and design, and I'm a huge lover of characters that represent death, and I think it's quite obvious. So for this drawing, I decided to make a tarot-inspired theme card of Satin. That would be the Death card, because what other card would we have done? This would be my favorite drawing I designed for the color palette and rendering. Quite a little more confident in this one. I just really like overall its composition, and this is really fun to draw. Yeah, but like overall, I feel like I'm just adoring its texture. I was just like incorporating so many symbols that were like in the reference sheet. The border of the card shows spirits flying around with each corner referencing a symbol that represents Saturn. So we have a skull, a hound, a bell, and the moon. On the bottom we have death in like this little ribbon kind of design, and on top there's like an infinity symbol, but it's like shaped in an hourglass. We also have like little moths that I decided to add since they're also like a part of the symbol. One of the candles is blown out and makes like a smoke of like this hound smoke kind of spirit that I feel like would be cool to see like as a design, because I know I've seen them with the hound, right? We have some hellebores that I put around with little bushes. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I think I do have difficulty drawing like
like natural environment, at least like with like flowers. One of the things I've been practicing, I draw flowers a lot, but like it seems like I don't even know if like I like the way I draw flowers or not, but that's a whole other conversation. I really like the bowl of pomegranates that are faced there. Kind of feels like a little bit like offerings in a way, just like, you know, like little altars. And then we have like the moon in the background shining. I want to know how that's done. It's just put the highest size on my brush, my textury brush dot, and then I just use the more texture brush to like make like little kind of faded craters you would see. Little stars too. I did take inspiration from one of their pieces, which I'll put up here. Speaking of tile art, I always really love the way they do tile art a lot. I don't know if you've ever done ceramics. I think I talked about this last time in the last art fight video. Did you ever do like tile art or like any ceramics kind of form of art? Because I do know you do like a couple of like 3D art, like sewing and all that stuff, or like making figures, but like I've never known if you actually learned how to make tile art, because I feel like you'd be really good at that, and I would love to see that. On the top of the card, I put Memento Mori, which is Latin for remember death. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you've watched Unus Annus, then I think you already know a bit of what that is. The center of the illustration is Saturn holding a scythe. I love the dress, by the way, that you designed for them. I want a dress like that. I'm actually proud of this because I'm actually looking at the shoes and I'm like, wow, I actually knew how to draw shoes that time. I feel like my ex-design major and my art major has just decided to team up. Overall, I really enjoyed the process of this piece. I think I might go back to actually study this piece a lot because I'm always looking at it and I look towards the skirt of the dress and I like the way I rendered it, especially like even the hound too, and I kind of want to like maybe start putting that more into my art, but I don't know, we'll see. So the title of the drawing is just I Am Death, but I'm not sure if that's a good title, so if anyone else again wants to figure out different titles for these, you can. It's really fine. Towards the end of Art Fight, I received a wrench back of my OC Ashley, and we both decided, let's draw each other's symbolisms of death. I adore how you do the Neve art style. It's so beautiful, and how they designed the angel trumpets look very beautiful, and the poison ivy added. I think that's why I went with a more design look. It's because you design your art a lot, so I absolutely love this drawing of Ashley. It's very beautiful, so thank you again, Moss. You are just wonderful. Next up, I decided to draw Ari, your local aliens OC Eheos? I think that's how you say it. Let's just take a minute. Holy shit. The way you design characters is what? How? Explain? I had such a hard time choosing who to draw because like I can't find the words. Your art's just that good. It's like literally the first time I saw it I was like, breath, soul, taken, done. It was beautiful. I'm impressed with your skills. After many hours looking on who the hell do I draw, I decided to draw Eos, forest spirit dude. He is like such a trinket. I could put him in my pocket. This illustration, I wanted to show him in his trinket beauty. He's just full of design. He's full of like jewels and beads and like different kind of threads, and it's just like he could be a jewelry piece, and I want him. There's so much I had to illustrate, and I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining that I had so much to illustrate, because each time I went back looking at the reference, I was just so mesmerized by your art. I had to get every detail accurate as I could, so if I missed any detail in the drawing, I'm very sorry. But I hope I got every detail in there correct. And I think because he's green and red, which are my two favorite colors, oh my god, who would have guessed? So at the end, I just had him walking around in the forest with a shining light upon the trees. I was having difficulty with the background. I didn't know what to put for the background. I knew what to do for a pose. I was gonna have him originally just laying down, but I guess I did like a forest wandering kind of feel. Really wasn't sure like what to do with the background though, because I don't know, maybe I oversimplified it. I feel like I could have made the background a bit more darker now looking at it, but I mean, I don't think it's too bad. I decided to call this piece Upon the Forest. Originally, I was gonna call it I Am Eos and I Speak for the Trees. If you get the reference. But I don't know, I was a little too nervous because like I was like, oh, I can put a funny little meme title for these characters, and then I'm like, what if I offend people? I care too much. Other than that, I really do hope you like your piece. The evil hamburger has superpowers of their own, because every time I've tried to do this recording and every time I've tried to draw him, and like he refuses to let me work. So this is the final time I'm letting this happen. This is Haemon. Haemon is a shadow elf that is very powerful and evil. They are I Am Rihanna's character. So they are an evil necromancer archpriest who just wants to kill us with negative energy, and it's also a report that he got some people sick while people were drawing him. I think we gotta kill this guy. They gave the nickname Evil Hamburger, which I can assume because his name sounds like hamburger. So now I love using that name, even though that's not his name. I was thinking about how I wanted to go about with this illustration. I saw on the bottom of the bio that he had a cursed form, and I was like, mid-transformation scene sounds appropriate enough. I saw the reference with his tattoo, and I thought, okay, would it be cool if his feathers grew out from the tattoo? I won't lie, I kind of did freak out a bit with this drawing because it was like all like kind of one color, so I had to rely a lot on like values and shading because I was like, oh, I really hope it does not look blended in. Like relying on texture with the shading actually helped a lot with the piece. But yeah, I decided to title the piece A Taste of Your Own Medicine. I could have done more with the piece. We're already like at like a midpoint in our fight if I'm correct, and I was like, okay, I have to keep up this like kind of theme I've been going with, but I really feel bad that I couldn't add more because I was just struggling. But I'm really hoping you like it because like you're a really awesome mutual, and you're just super kind and so sweet, and I love talking with you, and I really hope you do like it. Later on, I did receive a revenge back from Rihanna of my OC Ashley. Dude, this drawing of Ashley is incredible. The rendering is just so phenomenal, and I love how she's looking off in the distance, and we get to see a nice definition of like her face. I saw what you did with the title of the piece. You get me. You get my vision, so thank you very much.
What if I told you that we won the lottery? You're not ready for this, okay? So my mutual Kaija was going around doing cowboy revenges for people's OCs. However, this isn't a revenge. It's actually an attack for me because I did give him permission to take on the challenge of turning my OCs into cowboys, and it's beautiful. We got the whole trio. Let me analyze this for you. No, because you actually do need to see this genius design. Luis obviously has his nature themes with the vines as the chin straps and the design of his shirt, which are inspired by his powers, and the little sprouts in his tiny pockets. That is so cute. He has a star button on his collar, and the hat has deer antlers on it to represent his crack halo. And then Meg, you had done yourself with that one. The red ribbons all over her hair are perfect, especially her expression. I love the shawl you gave her. Her little Robbie rat with a tiny cowboy hat. And Azrael, oh my god, his fit is my dream. I need that hat. And you remembered that red gem, the fire on his head, the skull crow necklace. I'm dead. Kaija, you did so good. I have to revenge this. Do you know how long it took me to figure out what to do? You've always found ways to draw my characters in ways that says I see your vision, but I just can't believe you drew that all for me. I spent hours thinking of what to do. I realized that Pan is my favorite OC of yours. I love him and Mel, and I was crying while drawing this, but I'm drawing those two before Pan gets taken away. After the death of Mel's mom, her father Pan did all he could to help give Mel a childhood. They would go around in motels having somewhere to stay, and now they're dancing while trying to make the most of their situation. Well, what the hell? My incense just like did something funny. Maybe Pan is in the room with us. I try to make it look like old and worn out, something that Mel would still have with her in her pocket. I was worried that my illustration looked too simple. I just felt like they deserved something cool. Should have gotten more into detail with it, but I felt like it spoke a lot of volumes, at least in terms of like lore. I was gonna do a lot more of your characters, I swear. This piece is titled My Little Ray of Hellfire. I just see him saying that. I really hope you do like the piece I made because I'm just so thankful of the art you've done of my OCs. I'm like, no, I really hope it's enough. So again, thank you very much for the drawing. So if you're someone who's familiar with my very first art fight video, and when I mean first art fight video, I mean back when I had no voice audio and I was purely speed paints and text to speech voice, throw in a clip that I found funny.
We did it, guys. We completed Art Fight. I am free.
I fucking blew up there. Anyways, I wanted to go back to an artist I drew for Art Fight named Floresis. I hope I'm saying that right. Still to this day, I've always adored their art style. The ability to design characters with stellar armor design is just like, it's how do you do it? I'm still learning how to do armor. I wanted to draw Hyperion? Hyperion. I think I fucked it up. I'm so sorry. Which, let me say, he has such a pretty palette. I don't know how they came up with such a beautiful color scheme. I need to know your secrets. Spill them. I got inspired by the 2 illustrations provided in his references, so I wanted to make something with those vibes. So I wanted to have his sword come out through the chest. I thought that would be really cool. I don't know if that is where his sword comes from, but I just pretended that it did, but I don't know if that, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool. I'm assuming that I got it right. I don't know. I won't lie if I said I did struggle with one arm position where he pulls the sword out. It took me ages to figure out how to draw that. So thank you, Leah, for providing me the reference. You saved me. I did feel very proud of the way I did the rendering of this illustration, but I also had a feeling of a bit complex with how it turned out. I just didn't feel like I did the facial shape correctly, but at the same time, it was already finished. So I was like, by the time I looked back at it, I was like, oh, I don't think his face looks correct. I don't know why that's a theme. I'm trying to like really avoid that. But yeah, I decided to title this piece Eternal to the Sword because of his devotion to his goals. Also because I think the pose screams that. I do hope you like it. I do hope you like it a lot. So early on this art fight, I received an attack of Lady Ashley from my college friend Liv, aka Art in the Big Chair. I was surprised to receive an attack in their digital art style because I know that they do mostly traditional. I always enjoy yapping about my characters with you, so you get an amazing attack digitally too. Liv is someone I'm very thankful for. Probably the one person that brought me out of my shell when it came to talking to others. They are such a sweet person, and if it wasn't for them coming up to me in my painting class, I probably would still be in a corner trying to figure out how to talk to them. I've always struggled with talking with people in college. It's my biggest curse. Like, the only way I think to talk to people is like with my OCs or my special interest, but it's the only way I know how to make conversation. So it's like, how do you even do that? Anyways, fast forward. When I mentioned OCs that inspired my work, they instantly brought up their D&D characters. I was introduced to their OCs, and one that caught my eye was this little bastard, Casimir. He is a Lynch King, and that rules the undead. Maybe because he's half rotting in his world? I love him. I love his design. He is just, I love him so much. I know that Liv has a way of loving their characters, and it's just by calling them little bastards or just awful pieces of shit. But like, I love Casimir, even though despite his war crimes, I still love Casimir. And they're probably looking at me rolling their eyes. Do not roll your eyes at me, please. But trust me, I love him. So because Ashen Rot and dictatorship play a big part in his story, let's do a portrait of him at the peak realization of what he's becoming. Now, if many people have caught on to like my art palettes, it tends to gravitate towards red and green, complementary colors. I took inspiration from this piece that they worked on for our final project in our class, which helped me a ton with the aesthetic and symbols to match the vibe of the illustration. I took in pieces such as the banners and the border of the illustration. This piece I decided to title Ashen Rot. Overall, I'm super proud with how it turned out. So thank you so much for being a really amazing friend. I'm so happy to have met you. You're just the highlight of my day at school. I really do hope you like this heart emoji. We have another attack. Look at the details. Oh my god. The beloves. I love your take on this piece, Leah. The way that they contrast each other, it's very beautiful. So for this painting, I shall now revenge. So this is for another great friend of mine, Leah. So last year, I drew Solus. This year, why not I just draw Solus and Peony? So Solus and Peony are villains running away from their old lives to start anew. To survive, they'll be gay, do crimes. Solus takes Peony under their wing to help her out, but I also see how with their relationship evolving more in the story, Solus would probably feel like maybe this isn't the lifestyle that Peony would have truly wanted, so Peony had dreams to become a famous ballerina. Well, that didn't apparently work out for her, didn't it? With that yummy lore in mind, I decided to go all out for this piece because that's what art besties do. Leah and I have been mutuals for a year, and I want to say it's gonna be probably 2. I'm super grateful to meet someone like them. They've always been my biggest supporter in my work and just shown so much love and passions for my characters and my goals, and I swear we're twins from another timeline. I swear that's true. I poured all my soul into this. I love these two very much. If Solus has a fan, it's me. If Solus has 0 fans, I'm dead. I mean, I can flex that Solus and Azrael are besties. I've drawing these two all the time. In fact, actually, I changed my mind now. This is a Soulless fan account. Yeah, I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. It's a Soulless fan account. So I was taking so long with this piece because I was just like, how am I going to go about this? I wanted to make this drawing a background wallpaper size like. I did test it. It looks nice on the phone, but it's going to be difficult to explain. But let me just begin. Composition-wise, I wanted Soulless to be the bigger person, carrying more of the burdens, contrasting Soulless's darkness and powers to Peony's light, being the brightest in front. But the smaller for her youth and future of hopes and dreams. The mask she wears is unveiled to show her true identity, but she closes her eyes, not seeing her potential. She is the center where behind Soulless's chest is cracked apart, showing themselves as a sacrifice to break away from Peony's life and the thought to give her that freedom. Yes, that amount of thought was put in. I had such a fun time rendering Soulless's face. I did struggle with Peony's a bit because I'm not used to bright colors again, but I've known I drawn her before. I did worry about her blending in so much, so I titled the piece, "You Should Be Free to Choose." Always excited to draw your characters, Leah, and I highly recommend next year for those who are wanting to look for new people to attack. This person right here, please, 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 I beg you, please. I was waiting for so much Soulless art. She deserves so much love for her art. I'm always grateful to have her by my side. So thank you, Leah, for always being that mutual. I don't know what I did to deserve you in my life. You're so awesome. I'm super happy to see my mutual riddles join Art Fight. It's so exciting to see Moots of Mine finally joining the fight. I love their art and their demon OCs. They're just so good. I had a hard time choosing who to draw, so after looking around, I chose Xavian, stylish demon that owns a fashion company. I love me a diva that lives to the fullest. He just drew my attention. His color palette was very friendly to me, and it was really fun to render. I wanted a lot of attention on his outfit, which, oh my god, it looks amazing. I love his outfit so much. I am in love with the collar of his shirt, having teeth with like this skeleton hands, and the scar added to the drawing on top of it just fits off so well that I had to include it. One thing to note is I always tend to have difficulties drawing Smoke, but the lasso tool helped me a lot, giving me the design effect. It also gave me the idea to stylize the background. His hair was a really fun part of the drawing. I think I did a good job with it and perspective of his face, giving him a devious look. So I really do hope you like it, Riddles, and I really hope you had fun on your first art fight. I wish you many more attacks if you do join again next year. I will be coming back for you again for sure. So I decided to title the piece Hell's Diva. I had a lot of fun playing around with this piece and the design. And in return, I received a revenge of Robbie in his birthday outfit. Oh my god, that I drew for him on Valentine's. You don't know? His birthday is on Valentine's Day because I said so. Anyways, I want to see the day that Xavian designs Robbie's outfits for him. I feel like he'd love to be a model for him. Trust, there is a reason you gravitate towards him. Thank you, twin. Early in the beginning of our fight, Blush and Moon drew my OC Ashley, and it's so beautiful. I love the soft shading, makes this drawing feel so comfy. The way you render her wings looks so beautiful, and I love how gloomy she looks, but it has that comfortable cold feeling when I see her. So in return, I wanted to do a portrait of James, and in this piece, I focused on lunar imagery and mystical divine atmospheres since he is an oracle. I also felt like practicing a bit of side profiles. Rendering wise, I really love how the process went. The complementary colors return again with the orange and blue being the colors. The mix of warms and cools giving the temperature, the feeling. Felt a little experimental when I added stuff in, but I think other than that, I had a lot of fun with this because I kind of wanted like the moon to make it look like it was a, like kind of like a crystal ball in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. I decided to title the drawing Our Divine Oracle. I really hope you did like the piece. I had a lot of fun drawing James's portrait. I know that they're like a character that you've been wanting to see drawn, so I really do hope you like it. And so for the next attack...
What do you mean it's 2 hours? It's 2 hours? You're telling me that 40 attacks takes 2 hours? Okay. I guess I'll see you in the second part, everyone. I'm so sorry about that. I guess we do have to split it off. Thank you for watching, though. And I will see you in the next part with a more heartfelt outro.